It's always first cast.
So fishing the FFS stick bait on a CHEB rig, and just fishing really slowly, and I'm watching the line where it enters the water, and I'm slow rolling, I'm dragging the lure across the bottom, but I'm also feeling the bite on my finger as well. There we go. So, there we have another little perch.
Rigging the CHEB. Tom provides loads of quality baits for using this method, including the floating finesse stick, the beetle craw, the kraken, the thang, the super finesse worm and the beaver bug. All of these baits are really awesome using this style of fishing. For the purpose of this video, we're going to use a 5 gram CHEB, size 1 Gurza worm hook 310, and the floating finesse stick in something special. If you're not sure of what hook sizes to use for your baits, Tom supplies a really useful chart, and that can be found on the FFS Facebook and website. The problem with the CHEB rig is we have one end bigger than the other, and that's the end we need to pull out of the CHEB. We need to make sure that we put the hook on the big end, and these are why these hooks have big eyes, and I like to have it this way round. So we need to work out which way round it goes on the metal wire. Just take it round, so when it's in the weight it sits upright like so. Once you have the hook in the correct place in relation to the wire, it's now the fiddly part, and you need to thread the wire back through the slit in the CHEB weight. Obviously you push through the small eye part first with the ends of the wire. Make sure you tuck them in so they feed through the slot in the weight. Push it through as far as it will go without damaging the wire, and you know you've done it correctly because you'll see that you still have a very large eye on the hook side, and it will allow the hook to rotate freely, and this is what gives the rig its edge, that your baits can move independently in the water, which give the perch and other predators the instinct to strike. So once you've done that, you then need to attach your fluorocarbon leader, and the best way of doing this is use a Panama, half blood knot or a grinner knot. Again, the links will be displayed above for each individual knot. Rigging the worm is quite straightforward, but there are a couple of things you need to take into consideration. One, the colour of lots of tom baits is that there's a dull side and a lighter side, or a brighter side. I like to use the lighter side for the bottom side of the bait, so you need to work out which way is which when you are rigging these baits. Pierce the centre of the bait with the hook and pull it down through the bait, probably 3 to 4 millimeters. Pull the hook through and then marry up whereabouts on the bait you want the hook to go through it. There are lots of ribs on these baits, so it is a really good idea to use the ribs to work out exactly where you want your hook point to pierce the plastic. Once you are happy, pull it through and you can hide the hook point into the rubber, so these offset hooks are really weed free. And that is it. Very straightforward and a very effective way of catching perch, pike and zander.